Hello. If you're ever feeling stuck, I'm going to say, as much as we'd like to completely organize our entire house and or life, sometimes when you're feeling stuck, you just need to get to the lowest common denominator, so to speak, or the lowest point of resistance or restriction that you might be feeling. What I like to do is organize my purse because it feels as if our purses accumulate the excess of our days. Now, I got this purse specifically for traveling because it's smaller and it's got the RFID blocker and things like that. And I love it. I also love the size. I'm typically like a satchel type of girl. Like I love a big purse, but then you can only imagine all the things that end up in that big purse. I could go on The Price is Right and win if they said, who has a, Matchbox car in their purse. Anyways, what I've noticed is that while I love the size of this purse and it can fit a lot, I apparently am trying to fit everything in here so that when I open it, I can't always find what I need. So that's the first thing. I think when you're thinking about organizing, clearing out your life, your closet, your house, whatever, there are certain steps that you take, and you take those same steps with your purse. Now, the main thing for organizing my purse for me, so that I feel more confident when I am in a situation that I have to open up my purse to find something, whether I'm at the doctor's office and I have to find my healthcare card, or if I'm purchasing something and I need my debit card, or I need to get my license out. Now, luckily, I do have a spot for all of those, and I typically keep those in there, but every once in a while, I just pop a card in. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to empty the entire thing. So this should be interesting because I don't always. Well, there's some money, so that's awesome. Okay, jewelry, didn't know that was there. A rock, a rock. Yes, I think it's a crystal. Absolutely. More money. Look at all that. Okay. I know I'm going to need the key. I'm going to put the key over here. I'm going to keep the change over there as well because I know I'm going to need that. And I love it when I go to Aldi. I have a quarter to make sure I can get a shopping cart. So I'm doing the outside pockets first. Yeah, I don't even like weird wipes. I suppose wipes would come in handy. And then I've got like a wrapper that's garbage, a receipt. This came off of my keychain for my car. I don't think I need that in my purse. How odd. All right, now I've got an interior pocket. Well, that's where that is. Okay, I've got this is peppermint essential oil with some coconut oil, and I like that because if I have a headache or I need a pick me up, I just open that up. This is some Vaseline in a little jar, some breath mints, lemon essential oil. I don't think and this, I was looking for this earlier. I really wanted this. This is Buxom. It's just a nice lip gloss. I don't think I need it in my purse all the time, especially since I was looking for it earlier today and I didn't know where it was. It was in my purse. This thing holds my hair up. Goodness gracious. I've got this cute little wallet, but it's completely fallen apart. And so the cards that I keep in here are not cards that I use every day, but I still want to put that in the keep category because I will put another essential oil. Goodness gracious. My keys, my car keys with extra fancy stuff on them because why not? Okay, here's a bunch of stuff. A whistle. I'm going to keep the whistle. I like knowing I have a whistle. These are for my glasses. This is for an appointment. Oh, this is my friend and me. This is my friend who just died. This was from her service. One of her sons let me have this photo. So, okay, I don't want to get too emotional. That's kind of fun to have in the purse. And then when I was with the family of my friend who died, they said, we found this postcard in her things. And it was actually a postcard from my dad to me. Like, how sweet is that? So that's kind of fun. Um, oh, and more, more photographs. A little notebook that also has things just shoved into it. So what are these things that are shoved into it? Another photo. Okay, okay. And some more receipts. I think I need to handle my receipts better, don't you? However, I love having a field notes in my purse. I just need a pen to go along with it. That's that. Okay, almost done. I'm going to take all my cards out of the fancy part that has the RFID blocker just because I want to make sure that I have the right cards up front. I have no idea. Here's a bunch of stuff. Okay, don't need that. Checks. I do keep my checkbook. I know, so old school, but you have no idea how many times this has come in handy. I was traveling with friends and we were actually in, it's the world's, no, Minnesota's largest candy store, which if you live anywhere close to Minnesota or in Minnesota and you haven't been to that, it is a destination. That is for sure. But they only took cash or checks, not cards. And I never have cash except for apparently these coins over here. But I had my checkbook. So I was able to buy a ridiculous amount of candy and fun things. All right. Like I said, all of a sudden I have like these. What in the world is this? Oh, this was from, okay, a payment, Park Nicollet. See, so some things will need to be filed and some things just need to be disposed of. Here's coupons from the last time I was at the grocery store. You know, the coupons that they give you after you pay and they just automatically come out. That's awesome. So this is all stuff that does not need to be in my purse. So you can see that is a lot. So now I am going to make sure that I have my license. License is important. That goes there. My debit card. And then my health card, I'm going to put behind my license. And then I have two just like grocery cards where they give you, money off if you use the card, and then they can track everything that you're buying. But I know, but I still want the money off, so I keep it. I'm definitely keeping my checks, and I'm going to put it in the same pocket as my bank cards. I'm going to keep my field notes also in the same pocket. I'm going to put this with the other cards in the back pocket because this case in itself has RFID blocking. I think my whole purse has it, but I don't want to take any chances. The money I am going to put in an inside interior pocket. Then I feel like it'll be easier to get. I'm going to keep my chapstick. I'm going to keep that in the same pocket. Same with my peppermint. Yeah, like I said, I like having it. I just sometimes smell it and it kind of lifts me up. And if I have a headache, I literally just roll it across my head for just a little bit of oomph for my head. That peppermint really works for headaches. I'm not trying to sell you on anything here. I'm not going to keep the Vaseline. I think this was in here when I was traveling for something. I am going to keep the breath mints and I'm going to put those in that same little pocket. As well as, why not keep a little wipe? I don't see a problem with that. Close that pocket. I do like having my eyeglass case. I'm going to put that in here as well. And this same, my car keys. Those are done. This I have to keep for work, and this I keep in my outside pocket. So it's easy for me to get to. And there you have it. It's much lighter, not quite so stuffed. I am going to add a little bit of magic though. In my field notes, I am going to add that postcard from my dad. And that will just be a nice little thing to look at every once in a while. I think it's wonderful. I think we want to have our belongings, our home organized, but I see no problem with having pockets of whimsy, right? So you can organize without completely eliminating magic and whimsy. As you can see behind me, I haven't quite eliminated magic and whimsy. What this has done, though, first of all, because I've touched everything and I've put it back in, I now know where everything is in my purse. Secondly, when I go to open my purse for anything, things aren't going to be falling out. I'm going to feel confident that I know where everything is. And I just really like that feeling. So hopefully that was helpful. Like, subscribe, all the things. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.